Ignore this warning for just 5 minutes and you might seal your fate a future where even the simplest daily tasks become moments of sheer terror. Picture yourself struggling to rise from your bed, muscles trembling, feeling like you're lifting a ton of bricks. Imagine each step up the staircase becoming a heart-pounding ordeal, your legs shaking violently beneath your weight, threatening to buckle at any second. Brush off these alarming signals for just a little longer, and you could find yourself plunged into a nightmare of frailty where one accidental slip on the bathroom floor could shatter bones, robbing you of independence overnight. But the true horror goes even deeper. This creeping muscle weakness doesn't just endanger your mobility, it silently sets off a catastrophic domino effect, sending ripples of devastation throughout your entire body, including a frightening risk of heart instability and cardiovascular collapse. Yes, it's horrifyingly true. Muscle loss doesn't merely leave you weak, it drags your entire health down with it. As your muscles wither, you slow down, your weight spirals out of control, and suddenly your heart struggles desperately to keep pace. This lethal cycle places unimaginable stress on your cardiovascular system, inching you ever closer to a medical catastrophe that could strike when you least expect it. In today's gripping presentation, you'll uncover the chilling truth behind age-related muscle deterioration, known ominously as sarcopenia. You'll learn precisely how this sinister condition quietly dismantles your strength, your heart, and your future unless you take immediate action. Stick around to the very end, because I'm about to reveal a powerful 7-day rescue plan, a life-saving roadmap packed with targeted foods, critical lifestyle changes, and essential checkups designed to halt muscle decay in its tracks and shield your body from imminent collapse. Watch closely because your mobility, your health, and perhaps even your life could depend on it. A few years ago, I interviewed a 67-year-old retired construction foreman who had always maintained a solid frame. Despite leaving his job, he continued to keep busy with home improvement tasks for relatives and neighbors. Over the course of 1 year, however, he found himself struggling to carry the loads of lumber he once lifted effortlessly. A routine stroll with his dog felt more exhausting than ever before. In his words, it was like someone flipped a switch and I lost my power. He brushed these symptoms off for months, attributing them to normal aging. Then a mishap changed his outlook forever. While fixing a roof gutter, he tripped on a step ladder and twisted his ankle. The injury forced him into near bed rest for several weeks. During that period, he watched his muscle tone decline even more rapidly, leaving him feeling stiff and precariously unbalanced. A physician later confirmed that his condition was consistent with sarcopenia, an ongoing process where muscle strength and mass wither over time. Realizing that addressing this condition was as critical as managing other markers of senior health, he committed to a plan of structured exercise and a balanced menu, loaded with the exact foods we will discuss here. Science understanding sarcopenia and its underpinnings. Sarcopenia is a medical term for progressive muscle mass reduction and corresponding strength losses. The American Geriatric Society has noted that a significant number of adults over the age of 50 exhibit some evidence of this process, though it may be quite subtle at first. The triggers include declining hormone levels, reduced physical activity, and unbalanced diets that lack sufficient protein and essential micronutrients. Meanwhile, daily tasks gradually become more difficult, and your vulnerability to injury climbs higher than you might suspect. Harvard T.H. Chan School of Public Health, 2018 Harvard Health publication underscores the metabolic repercussions of losing muscle. Less lean tissue means your body is less efficient at burning calories, raising the possibility of weight gain, particularly fat around the midsection. Over time, carrying extra weight can strain the heart, even though the direct link between muscle atrophy and a heart attack event is multifaceted. Still, a weakened frame can limit mobility and encourage a sedentary lifestyle, and that inactivity can contribute to dangerous cardiovascular factors like high blood pressure or glucose irregularities. Dr. Michael Greger, 2020, Nutrition Facts. Org emphasizes in his data compilations that older adults who ingest the right ratio of protein and nutrients stand a better chance of warding off muscle decay. A supportive diet can maintain more robust muscle fibers and help keep you active, which in turn fosters better circulation and overall resilience. By taking proactive steps now, you can lower your risk of winding up in a scenario where you need assistance for the most basic tasks like dressing or walking, and simultaneously provide your entire body with an improved environment for health. Our missing spark: amplify the fear and offer a timely challenge. Plenty of health segments mention nutrition and movement routines for seniors, yet they fail to highlight the frightening reality. Ignoring muscle health can initiate a domino effect that topples your independence. Let's increase the sense of urgency here. Reduced muscle function often stifles day-to-day activity. Once movement becomes limited, issues like circulation problems, metabolic disorders, and even stress on arterial health can creep in, edging you closer to potential emergencies. To ensure this message hits home, begin a 24-hour challenge right after this video. Monitor every instance you feel that your strength is lacking. It could be trouble standing from the couch, gripping a mug too tightly to avoid slipping, or even feeling an unusual strain when climbing a few stairs. Note these in a journal or on your phone. This brief monitoring exercise can be a startling wake-up call, showing how frequently mild weakness appears. Awareness is the bedrock for improvement. Once you see the clues, you can't ignore them. Deep dive into foods that repair muscle and boost strength. Always consult your physician before making significant dietary changes, especially if you have existing medical conditions. 1. Chickpeas for restoring strength. Chickpeas, sometimes known as garbanzo beans, are a potent weapon in muscle preservation. These golden legumes are celebrated for their protein richness, approximately 9 grams of protein per 100 grams cooked. While that may not sound monumental, it's a substantial dose for a plant-based source, particularly for older adults who may want to moderate red meat consumption. Additionally, chickpeas contain around 48 milligrams of magnesium per 100 grams in electrolyte, vital for muscle contraction and recovery. A notable feature is the presence of leucine, which signals muscle-building pathways to help maintain and repair tissue. The fiber in chickpeas, around 76 grams per 100 grams, aids in keeping blood sugar steady, reducing the risk of insulin spikes that can harm muscular integrity in the long run. According to the World Health Organization 2015 WHO Nutrition Report, managing metabolic factors is key in slowing age-related muscle decline. When preparing chickpeas, add a splash of citrus juice like lemon or lime to amplify iron absorption. If you want an easy recipe, simmer chickpeas in vegetable broth with turmeric, black pepper, and perhaps some onions. Alternatively, try roasting chickpeas until they're slightly crunchy for a snack that's nutritious and satisfying. 2 peas for muscle maintenance. Bright green peas have consistently been underappreciated. Although many see them as a simple side dish, they hold close to 4 grams of protein per 100 grams cooked. They also supply lysine, which is critical in collagen synthesis, a protein essential for strengthening muscles, tendons, and ligaments. A moderate level of leucine, roughly 0.65 grams per 100 grams, adds to peas' muscle protective profile. Another plus: peas offer iron, about 1.5 milligrams per 100 grams, and antioxidants referred to as saponins that can mitigate inflammatory responses in muscle tissue. For optimal iron absorption, consume them with vitamin C-rich foods. Think red bell peppers or a drizzle of lemon. Try adding 150 grams of peas to your meals 3 times per week. Whether blended into soup, tossed into a stir-fry, or mashed into a spread with nuts or seeds, done consistently, peas may contribute to a gradual improvement in muscular resilience over time. 3. Spirulina, the algae superfood. Spirulina might sound exotic, but it's an ancient blue-green alga, recognized for its exceptionally dense nutrient profile. NASA famously included spirulina in astronauts' diets, owing to its high protein composition by dry weight. It can be up to 70% protein. This dense source of amino acids is particularly valuable for older adults hoping to keep or build muscle mass in smaller meal volumes. Key to spirulina's advantage is phycocyanin, an antioxidant linked to lower inflammation in muscle tissues. Older individuals often grapple with chronic low-level inflammation that accelerates the wear and tear on muscles, so countering that inflammatory cycle is critical. Additionally, a teaspoon, about 3 grams, often supplies significant iron, supporting oxygen transport in the bloodstream. Combine spirulina with something that contains vitamin C for enhanced iron absorption. Lemon water or orange juice are easy picks. If the earthy flavor turns you off, capsules are an alternative, though you should consult your physician if you have underlying health conditions like autoimmune disorders or kidney problems. 4. Parsley, the underrated muscle ally. Parsley is typically relegated to garnish duty, but this humble herb is loaded with apigenin, a flavonoid that helps curb muscle inflammation. Vitamin K content is another major, plus 100 grams of parsley could contain over 16,000 micrograms of vitamin K, which contributes significantly to bone health and muscle contraction efficiency. For older adults, stable bones and well-functioning muscles are the bedrock of an active life. Parsley also offers iron and a wealth of vitamin C, both crucial for robust energy levels. You can steep a quick parsley tea by adding fresh leaves to boiling water for about 5 minutes, or chop parsley finely for use in salads, soups, or even smoothies. Ancient Greek athletes are said to have used parsley for endurance, which is a testament to its historical significance in physical performance. By bringing parsley into your diet, you're linking modern nutritional research with old world wisdom. 5 chives, thin stalks, big benefits. Those slender green stalks you often see as a decorative touch on baked potatoes are in fact chives. Like onions and garlic, chives contain compounds known for boosting blood circulation. Better circulation ensures muscles receive oxygen and essential nutrients faster, potentially enhancing your endurance and recovery from daily wear. Chives are also relatively high in vitamins K and C, both important for bone strength and collagen synthesis. Collagen not only supports joint health, but also contributes to muscle elasticity. Incorporating 10 grams of chives into your daily meals, tossed into scrambled eggs, blended into sauces, or sprinkled on salads gives a light onion flavor and can be a subtle way to add a nutrient punch. For an interesting spin, you can create a chive-infused oil chop. Some fresh stalks, combine them with extra virgin olive oil, and let the mixture rest for 24 hours before drizzling it on soups or salads. Call to comment engagement prompt. Have you ever noticed your arms shaking when lifting something light, or your legs feeling unusually heavy on the stairs? Comment, "I feel it," if you relate, "I'm safe" if not, and add a question for the doctor. Each personal story or query could guide someone who's still oblivious to these warning signs. Sharing knowledge might just help another individual halt a downward health spiral. 6. Lean protein, shield against advanced weakness. Lean protein sources such as chicken breast, turkey breast, and certain white flesh fish play a major part in sustaining muscle tissue. High-quality protein fuels muscle repair mechanisms, especially when you distribute your intake strategically throughout the day. An example, a 100-gram piece of skinless chicken breast typically provides about 31 grams of protein, enough to significantly contribute to the muscle recovery process. According to the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics, individuals over 50 often benefit from 1.2 to 1.5 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight daily, a modest increase above the standard RDA. This approach may prevent or slow the natural muscle depletion that occurs with aging. When pairing lean protein with nutrient-dense vegetables high in vitamin C, you can optimize your body's ability to absorb complementary nutrients. Still always run significant dietary changes by your physician, especially if you deal with kidney or liver conditions. 7. Calcium from Parmesan. Tiny serving, big returns. Calcium is an indispensable element for healthy bones and muscle contraction. Parmesan cheese might be a somewhat salty source, but it offers a highly bioavailable form of calcium. About 30 grams can give up to 330 milligrams of calcium, helping fill the nutritional gap for those who might not consume a lot of dairy. Since the body harnesses calcium not only for bone strength, but also for normalizing muscle movement, even small shortfalls can have outsized impacts. The National Institutes of Health regularly remind us that inadequate calcium intake can present as muscle twitches, irregular heart rhythms, or persistent fatigue. By adding a sprinkle of Parmesan to a balanced diet, like dusting it over roasted vegetables or a fresh salad, you can reap its benefits without drastically boosting your sodium intake. For those sensitive to salt, be mindful of serving sizes, and perhaps opt for lower sodium meal components elsewhere. 8. Vitamin D, the sunshine nutrient for mobility. Vitamin D is best known for its role in bolstering bone density, but it's also pivotal for muscle functionality. Foods like salmon and tuna carry moderate amounts, and fortified dairy or eggs can supplement your intake. Many experts encourage older adults to strive for 800 to 1,000 IU of vitamin D daily, higher if you're in northern latitudes with less sun exposure. Deficiencies in vitamin D can show up as noticeably weaker lower limbs, sometimes a 20% reduction or more in muscle output. Over the long haul, that difference in strength can separate those who can still climb stairs from those confined to a single floor or reliant on wheelchairs. If natural sunlight is scarce, consider dietary strategies or physician-guided supplementation. Pairing vitamin D-rich foods with healthy fats such as olive oil helps with absorption, since vitamin D is fat-soluble. 9 omega-3s from salmon for circulation and repair. Salmon boasts not only vitamin D but also significant levels of omega-3 fatty acids, EPA and DHA, recognized by the American Heart Association for their anti-inflammatory qualities. Omega-3s enhance blood vessel flexibility, improving blood flow and potentially reducing soreness or stiffness after physical exertion. Combining an anti-inflammatory diet with mild to moderate exercise can yield considerable improvements for aging muscles. Consuming salmon twice per week, if advisable for you, supplies a consistent inflow of these fatty acids. Grilling or baking it in the oven is a straightforward cooking method that retains nutrients without excessive added fats. A squeeze of lemon can deliver extra vitamin C to bolster iron uptake and refine flavor. By approaching your meal planning with synergy in mind, protein, healthy fats, and micronutrients, you can cultivate an internal environment conducive to muscle preservation. Antioxidants in berries shield your tissues. A half cup of blueberries, strawberries, or pomegranate seeds can do more than satisfy a sweet craving. These vibrant fruits pack antioxidants that neutralize harmful free radicals, which form during metabolism and can overwhelm cells if unchecked. While free radicals aren't outright evil, they're natural byproducts of energy production. Too many can accelerate muscle breakdown and hamper recovery. A widely referenced piece in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition revealed that older adults ingesting a daily serving of antioxidant-rich berries observed a notable improvement in muscle endurance. Mechanistically, anthocyanins in berries diminish oxidative stress and inflammation, thereby extending muscle function. Vitamin C in these fruits also supports collagen creation, an often overlooked aspect of muscle upkeep. Take care with overall fruit sugar consumption. Aim to stay around 1 cup of berries or fewer each day, ideally as part of a meal or balanced smoothie. 11 whole grains for steady fuel. Whole grains, think oats, quinoa, buckwheat, or whole wheat, furnish complex carbohydrates, fiber, and a medley of minerals that keep your muscles energized. These grains break down more slowly than refined options, preventing steep spikes in blood sugar. Less fluctuation in your blood glucose reduces the strain on muscles and fosters consistent energy output. Beyond fueling your day, whole grains also supply iron and B vitamins. The American Heart Association has documented that diets abundant in whole grains correlate with lower markers of systemic inflammation. Since older muscles often struggle with continuous microscopic damage reining in, body-wide inflammation is crucial. Start your morning with oatmeal sprinkled with seeds or fresh berries. Incorporate quinoa salads at lunch or dinner. Staying mindful of portions is key. Whole grains are nutrient powerhouses, but consuming them in very large amounts might lead to excessive calorie intake. 12. Magnesium for relaxation and recovery. Magnesium often gets overshadowed in discussions on healthy aging, yet it's integral to muscular relaxation and a stable heartbeat. Foods like spinach, almonds, and avocados can help you approach the recommended 320 to 420 milligrams of magnesium daily for adults over 50. Skimping on this mineral may present as cramp spasms or that dragging sense of fatigue. Magnesium also modulates how cells utilize energy, improving your stamina for tasks like climbing stairs or carrying groceries. A simple approach is to blend spinach, banana, and avocado into a quick smoothie, possibly adding a bit of yogurt for protein. Keep in mind that magnesium interacts with certain diuretic medications, so always run a new supplementation plan by your healthcare team to avoid complications. 13. Potassium to prevent cramping. Potassium is indispensable for balancing electrolytes, stabilizing blood pressure, and ensuring seamless muscle contractions. Bananas at roughly 422 milligrams of potassium for a medium piece have long been in the limelight. Yet spinach, baked potatoes, and avocados may contain even greater amounts, making them excellent alternatives or complements to bananas. maintaining adequate potassium guards against the discomfort of leg cramps, and can speed up muscle recovery if you're trying to reestablish an exercise routine. Pair potassium-rich foods with proteins or healthy fats for an even distribution of macronutrients that further reduce muscle breakdown. While potassium is generally beneficial, too much can be dangerous if you have kidney problems. Anyone with chronic kidney issues should be vigilant and consult a physician before significantly boosting potassium intake. Anonymized case studies for extra impact. Case study 1 involves a 72-year-old librarian who noticed dwindling arm and leg strength, making it difficult for her to shelve books. Testing showed a vitamin D shortfall. Under the guidance of her physician, she increased dietary vitamin D sources, like salmon, and got modest sun exposure. Over a few months, she regained enough mobility to walk her dog around the block without pain. Case study 2 is about a 59-year-old accountant with borderline high cholesterol and a sedentary lifestyle. Worried about potential cardiac complications, he began an incremental plan emphasizing lean protein magnesium, rich snacks, and short walks. Over time, both his stamina and lab metrics improved, highlighting how reinforcing muscle health can dovetail with broader well-being. Case study 3 pertains to a 63-year-old part-time teacher struggling with low energy and mild anemia. She adopted chickpeas and peas in her diet, added leafy herbs like parsley for extra micronutrients, and ensured consistent hydration. After several weeks, her energy rebounded, and her classroom performance no longer felt like an uphill battle. The synergy between protein, vitamins, and minerals was critical to her recovery. Action plan, 7-day muscle boosting checklist. Consult your physician before making any major dietary or exercise changes. Day 1, protein baseline. Identify your daily protein target, roughly 1.2 to 1.5 grams kg body weight. Integrate lean protein, chicken, turkey, or fish in at least 2 meals. Add a serving of green peas for dinner. Note your energy levels. Day 2, mix in legumes. Substitute one meat-based meal with 150 grams of chickpeas. Sorghum. Top your lunch with a sprinkle of Parmesan cheese for calcium. Focus on hydration. Low fluid intake can undermine muscle function. Day 3, greens. Target magnesium and potassium-rich foods. Spinach, banana, avocado. Incorporate chives into breakfast omelets, salads, or whole grain toast. Take a brisk 10 to 15-minute walk to get blood flowing to your muscles. Day 4, focus on iron. Start the morning with a spirulina smoothie blending in orange juice for vitamin C. Include a dish featuring parsley to tap into its anti-inflammatory apigenin. Perform a brief muscle-strengthening routine like chair squats or resistance bands. Day 5, omega-3 infusion. Enjoy salmon for dinner, either baked or grilled. Snack on a handful of almonds for magnesium support. Consider a few minutes of safe sunlight to bolster vitamin D. Day 6, whole grain energy. Kick off the day with oatmeal topped with fresh berries. Experiment with a chive-infused olive oil dressing on a lunchtime salad. Gently incorporate calf raises or wall push-ups to keep your limbs active. Day 7, integration and review. Reflect on any noticeable shifts in your physical strength and stamina. Merge peas and chickpeas into a hearty stew for a plant-based protein, double punch. Lightly assess flexibility or attempt a moderate exercise. Compare your performance with day 1, call to action, and community engagement. As you follow through with this 7-day plan, share your experiences with a friend or loved one and see if they join you in the process. Teaming up can boost motivation and accountability, making it easier to stay on track. Exchange updates on which recipes or strategies felt successful and which ones fell flat, then adapt accordingly. Revisit the comment section with your progress. Has your energy improved after introducing these foods? Did you hit any hurdles, digestive issues, lack of recipes, or time constraints? Sharing your challenges and successes can help others navigate their own journeys. Above all, every comment enriches the collective wisdom and reminds us we're not alone in pursuing better health. Remember to consult your physician if you're unsure about a particular food or if you have complex health conditions. These tips are meant to complement medical advice, not replace it. When combined with structured exercise and routine medical checkups, the foods outlined here can become part of a stable foundation for a more robust, fulfilling life. Additional fear factor. The domino effect on overall health. This entire discussion leads to a deeper concern. Sarcopenia left unchecked doesn't merely hamper your ability to walk or lift. It can open the door to a decline in metabolic rate balance and even cardiac function. While muscle loss is not a direct cause of a heart attack, the interplay of reduced mobility, increased weight, and metabolic strain may elevate the stress on your cardiovascular system. The World Health Organization states that an astounding percentage of older adults worldwide face inactivity-related health risks. A key piece of remaining active is retaining sufficient muscle mass to sustain a decent level of movement. Once you fall below a certain threshold, your willingness or ability to perform activities deteriorates, and other issues can surface. Hypertension, insulin resistance, or mental health strains, to name a few. Thus, focusing on muscle health can indirectly help you maintain better organ function across the board. This domino effect underscores the significance of early intervention. Whether you feel fine now or you've been noticing minor physical struggles, the time to act is now. Every day spent neglecting your dietary needs or skipping basic activity could nudge you closer to that precarious zone of diminished mobility and compromised wellness. By taking action through consistent diet modifications and physical movement, you disrupt the snowballing decline and regain a measure of autonomy over your body. The 24-hour challenge revisited. If you've been observing your daily activities for the past 24 hours, per the earlier suggestion, how many instances of limited strength did you record? Perhaps you underestimated how often you brace yourself on furniture to stand, or how frequently you pause on the staircase to catch your breath. These small signs are alarm bells signaling the need for a better nutritional strategy and possibly more consistent movement. Luckily, awareness is the first step toward improvement. Now that you know your weak spots, you can adapt your daily routine. Add chickpeas or peas to your lunch. Ensure some vitamin D exposure through either foods or a physician-approved supplement, and practice simple exercises such as seated leg lifts or short walks. Tracking these adjustments over a few weeks provides a roadmap of progress. Small but deliberate steps accumulate to produce meaningful change in your muscular health and overall vitality. Balancing nutrition with medical advice. All the foods outlined: chickpeas, peas, spirulina, parsley, chives, lean proteins, calcium-dense items, vitamin D sources, omega-3 rich fish, antioxidants, whole grains, magnesium and potassium are potential game changers for older adults. However, never forget that every body is different, and medical conditions can complicate the path. For instance, if you deal with chronic kidney disease, extremely high protein intake might be contraindicated, or if you're on blood thinners, your vitamin K consumption from herbs or greens must be monitored. A balanced outlook is crucial for long-term success. Adding heaps of Parmesan for calcium, for instance, could raise your sodium levels or saturate your diet with cholesterol. Likewise, too many bananas for potassium might spike your daily sugar intake. An optimal diet is about synergy, where you combine these nutritious foods in reasonable portions. If you're unsure, a registered dietitian who specializes in geriatric nutrition can offer a customized plan. Revisiting the biggest culprit: sarcopenia. Sarcopenia is no fleeting inconvenience. It's an ongoing condition that unravels your physical capacity if left unchecked. The American Geriatric Society identifies midlife as a period where muscle loss can quietly begin accelerating into the 60s and 70s. But there's an encouraging message hidden here. Interventions at any age can help. Even marginal improvements in diet or increased physical movements can slow the downward trajectory. Retaining muscle mass is also closely tied to social engagement and overall mental health. People who remain mobile are more likely to join events, meet friends, and engage in family activities. Lower muscle mass can instigate a cycle of isolation, low mood, and decreased activity. By tackling sarcopenia, you safeguard not just your limbs, but also your sense of purpose in connection to others. A consistent supply of nutrients combined with mild to moderate exercise can help you keep moving and maintain social ties. Second wave of prevention: exercise and routine checkups. It's impossible to overstate the importance of pairing dietary strategies with some form of physical activity, whether it's light resistance training, yoga, swimming, or simple walks movement. challenges your muscles to adapt, rebuilding or at least sustaining vital fibers. This synergy between balanced nutrition and consistent exercise triggers your body's own repair mechanisms. Routine medical checkups are equally critical. Blood tests, bone density scans, and strength assessments can uncover deficits that might not be apparent in your daily life. Early discovery of low vitamin D or iron levels, for instance, lets you correct issues before they morph into more severe conditions. It's worth emphasizing that a proactive approach to health versus waiting for alarming symptoms to appear tends to deliver the most favorable long-term results. In specific situations, a doctor may recommend targeted physical therapy. Rehab sessions can be more precise than generic home workouts, focusing on areas of the body most affected by muscle loss or injury. This specialized guidance, coupled with nutrient-dense meals, sets the stage for a more successful, sustained recovery. Knowledge is power. When you understand how to feed and condition your body, you have the best chance of aging with strength and self-reliance. Call to comment reminding viewers. Again, have you tried any of these dietary tweaks or simple exercises since hearing about them? Share your experience below. Remember, I feel it if you're grappling with muscle fatigue, or I'm safe if you're not encountering these issues. Ask any question for the doctor that's been on your mind. Real stories can amplify the collective awareness and provide encouragement for others to take that critical first step. Additional note: never abandon prescribed care. While changing up your diet and introducing new foods can be incredibly powerful, it's not a replacement for doctor-prescribed medications or procedures. Sarcopenia often coexists with chronic conditions like arthritis, hypertension, or diabetes, each of which can require specialized treatment. Any modifications to your diet should ideally support, not contradict, your existing health plan. Consider these foods as reinforcement, not an all-in-one fix. A holistic approach might mean medication, physical therapy, and a gradual shift toward more nutrient-rich meals, all orchestrated by a team of professionals who understand your medical history. Open lines of communication with your doctor ensure that you won't accidentally offset your therapy by overdoing certain vitamins or minerals that could interact with prescription drugs. Fear meets hope. Final messages before the conclusion. In ignoring muscle health, you risk slipping into a state where daily tasks become burdensome and potential complications multiply. Falls lead to fractures, fractures lead to inactivity, and inactivity escalates the risk of metabolic or circulatory complications. On the other hand, addressing muscle integrity can help you dodge or at least minimize that cascade of negative outcomes. It's not just about preventing the possibility of being unable to stand up or lift items. It's about safeguarding independence, mental well-being, and the freedom to explore your interests. A more robust muscular system also reduces stress on joints, potentially lessening discomfort in knees, hips, and back. By giving muscle health the attention it deserves through strategic eating, consistent movement, and medical check-ins, you can rewrite your story for the latter part of life. Small changes made steadily often deliver the greatest rewards. Whether you begin by adding one new food a week, taking slightly longer walks, or checking your vitamin D levels, every step forward increases your odds of maintaining a comfortable, fulfilling lifestyle. Before you know it, you'll find yourself with more strength, more stamina, and a more optimistic vision for the future. Conclusion, recap, and final challenge. Here's a concise recap of the main takeaways. Nutrient-dense foods emphasize chickpeas, peas, spirulina, parsley chives, lean proteins, and micronutrient powerhouses like calcium, vitamin D, magnesium, and potassium. Balanced approach. Distribute protein across your meals, pair vitamins for better absorption, like vitamin C with iron, and keep portion sizes in check to avoid hidden pitfalls. Lifestyle integration. Complement these dietary steps with light exercise, appropriate follow-up with healthcare providers, and consistent hydration. It's a multi-front battle against muscle loss. If you found value in this discussion, please give it a like, subscribe to stay updated on future health insights, and share it with anyone you suspect might be grappling with silent muscle decline. Your engagement could be the nudge that someone else needs to overhaul their habits and reclaim their vigor. Finally, consider this question to spark further thought. Which single lifestyle tweak do you think will most effectively boost your muscle strength right now? Post your thoughts below, and don't forget to pose any health-related questions for further exploration. Your input could illuminate fresh strategies for others aiming to fortify their muscular health while navigating the complexities of aging. Above all, remain vigilant about consulting your physician before implementing dramatic shifts in diet or exercise routines. Good luck on your journey toward revitalized muscle power and a more secure dynamic future.